What's up, Capstone family? This is Ed Drummond. I'm coming at you from this Friday, January the 14th, 2022. It is warm outside, seems warmer than it should be for this time of year, and I'm excited that the year has kicked off pretty much with a bang so far. Hey, at least it's been interesting, right? This week, again, we're dealing with some COVID in the office. If you've had trouble reaching anybody, know that it's probably because they're not here this week. Because it really got our office pretty good. But everybody's okay, at least here in the office. For those that are not, definitely our thoughts are with people who are, not doing as well in this second or third iteration of COVID. Hey, but I wanted to talk quickly about expectations and transparency, and something that we really hold dear to our services, and it's a core value of ours for sure, with transparency, and where we're seeing it a lot more in the market right now, not just from what we're trying to do, but other agents as well. And it's somewhat refreshing, but oftentimes the real estate side of the business has been in the past relatively adversarial, you might say, right? Agents may not connect as well with each other. I mean, when I remember real estate, when I first got into it, it seemed like agents could be friends, but it was a very competitive environment. Now it's more, in my opinion, it's working together to get things done, because there's so many things that could happen in these transactions. And most recently, what we're starting to see from sales, and which is very important for those of you that are looking to buy property, is the expectations of sellers when they're putting houses on the market. And I wanted to read something that has been put together recently, a property that we're looking to put under contract. It really helps us in setting expectations with our buyers, so that you as the buyer know that this isn't our feedback. This isn't what we think you should do to get an offer accepted, but what is this market telling us that you need to do to get this an offer accepted? So check this out. I'm going to read a couple of things. Here is what they're recommending, starting with the highest, submitting your highest and best offer, because in this situation, all they're going to do is counter or accept one offer. They're not going to go do multiple counter offers to all these different offers. We've got a sheet in our office that shows, it's an offer sheet. It shows all the different numbers for each offer and stacks them next to each other. And at the bottom shows a net to the seller. Like, what's the seller going to net? And when we get all these offers in, we put them all out on this piece of paper. We provide that to the seller, or we read it to them over the phone and go, all right, these are the ones that we'd recommend and why. What are your thoughts? We've got that thing built out to 15 offers, right? Because in the market, we were getting sometimes more than 15 offers, and to do a multiple counter to each one of those, it's just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. So what sellers are going to is, we're accepting one offer, and or we're countering one. So bring your highest and best. That's first. Second, no repairs, no credits. Put that in the offer. Let us know. That'll be helpful. Buyer to remove contingencies within 15 days of contract acceptance, right? Contingencies are your inspection contingency, your appraisal contingency, and your loan contingencies, right? Those three contingencies are the ways that you can get your money back, essentially. There are others too, like there's an HOA contingency, there's title contingencies, like little things in there that people don't really pay attention to, but there are other ways for people to get their money back. But this is waiving all of those after 15 days, right? A shortened inspection period, okay? It says, okay, then removing the appraisal contingency, earnest money deposit, higher the better, right? And that's like, hey, these are all just setting the stage, setting the expectations for buyers, because when we're getting buyers now in this market who are coming into the market maybe for the first time and going, hey, we're looking to buy this property, it looks like this, and we want to get it under market price. Or we want to get it for what, like we're looking at one here the last couple of days that was overpriced. And that particular property, it was overpriced. It was overpriced by a lot. So it's trying to figure out, why would that seller overprice it that much? In these situations, like, that property will sit on the market because it's just so grossly overpriced. Whereas the rest, it's like the buyers want to come in and offer something substantially lower, and it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen in this market. We have, less than 6,000 houses active on the market right now, and hopefully that goes up as the year progresses. Usually in January we have this lull, because last year people were not listing their properties until the first of the year or later, and then it starts going like this. So we start seeing these trends till we hit the summertime. Summertime's that plateau. Summertime plateaus, and it starts coming back down for active listings in the valley. 2020 was an anomaly of a year, so we saw consistency throughout the whole year, and it really didn't slow down. But last year we were back to that bell curve that we traditionally see. So it's looking at transparency, how to be as transparent as possible, giving you the owner, the seller, or the buyer just bad news, and not bad news. It's just news, right? If I'm just the interpreter, if I'm just the person who's just giving you the news, I'm just shooting you straight. I've got to be as transparent as possible. I've got to be as real with you as possible, because at the end of the day, if you don't know me, and my job is to represent you as your fiduciary, there's got to be trust. There's got to be a ton of it from both directions, right? You've got to trust me. I got to trust you. And it's like, in order for us to really be on that trust wavelength, we got to be able to have the hard conversations. We got to be able to speak the truth and go, yes, that's just truth. That's not my opinion. That's not, these are just things that are happening. It's the metrics. It's the data. That's why this market is so exciting, because, the data is just so wild. And, it's something that, I hope, bringing videos like this and talking through all this random stuff that we're dealing with helps you. Because, I know when I bought, my first property here in town, like, my experience with a real estate agent was not the best. There wasn't a lot of transparency. There wasn't a lot of anything. I didn't know what I didn't know. And, and looking back on that experience, it's really helped in mold, what we offer and who we are today, right? Because we want the experience to be just so much better, because I feel that, at the end of the day, of course, we're here to help you through this transaction, but we want you, at the end of the day, we want you to be better for working with us, like asking better questions the next time around, knowing what to ask, feeling like you're a part of it, feeling like you're like in charge and on top of it and like crushing it. And that's our position. That's where we want to be. And that's why we want to be in this with our clients. I appreciate you watching today. Next week, we are closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. You will see that we'll probably have more people in the office next week, which will be great. Darn this COVID, let me tell you, it's been a bear. But hey, it's just another thing, right? It's just another thing. We're going to get through it, and at the end of the day, like, we're going to be stronger for it. Thanks for watching.